Hey everyone, it's Megan from Gingerbread Mama, and today I'm talking about stress management. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button and join my Gingerbread village. I would love to build a community here where we can all be supportive of each other. So stress. How do we cope with stress? Everyone does so differently. Everybody looks at me and says, but Megan, you're a stay-at-home mom. How do you have stress? You sit at home all day. Really? You obviously have not spent a single hour in my home. There is no such thing as a stress-free life, but we need to figure out how to cope with it, how to deal with that stress, that everyday stress of the kids peeing on the toilet seat, or the dogs taking things off the counter, or the toddler throwing a temper tantrum because she didn't get her way, or you cut her sandwich wrong, because we all know that toddlers are very irrational and they can explode at any moment without any notice. So how do we deal with that stress? Well, in the moment, a lot of the time we have to just eat it. But as that builds up, as we continue to just compound that stress on top of ourselves, we become so withdrawn sometimes, and we just become depleted. And you can't, there's a saying that I've heard that I absolutely love, that you can't fill from an empty cup. So you have to be able to build yourself up and fill yourself up before you can maintain anyone else. So how do we do that? How do we get rid of stress? Well, for some people it's eating. Maybe it's not the best way, but it's a way to cope with stress. I like to sit down and relax and watch television, even if it's a show that is nothing but drama and not doing anything for me. I still will sit there and watch it. Some people will go for a walk or take a shower or even just sleep. That's a huge one for me too. I love to just take a nap if there is a big issue going on. However, I have a 2-year-old, so that doesn't really happen much. Be sure though that no matter what your way is, that you are taking care of yourself and that your stress is under control. Now, for some people, if you're a working parent or if you have a lot of things going on in your life, it may not be easy for you to take that time to decompress and to de-stress and to get rid of all of that. But you got to find a moment, even if it is in the car on the way home from work. Turn up the radio, blast that song that you absolutely love and sing your lungs out, or dance to it, or dance while you cook your dinner, or just take a moment in the vehicle to breathe. Just close your eyes and take a deep breath and realize that you are still grounded on the ground. You still have a car, a place to live. Be grateful for what you have. And even if everything is crumbling around you, obviously that causes way more stress. And how do we deal with it? Some people, that is faith. Some people will turn to their faith. They will turn to God or whatever they believe in. And if that's what you do, awesome. I would love for everyone to share with me down below what you do for stress management. What do you do to cope with your everyday stresses? Maybe it's something that you do after the kids go to bed. Maybe it's something you do on the weekends. Maybe it's something you do with your kids. Tell me what you do to decompress and de-stress your life. Some people, they can't find a way. They haven't found that way that works for them. And so I'm hoping that maybe they can find it in my comments if they haven't found it from this video. We are a community here, and we need to help each other out. And I think that in itself would help a lot of people's stresses if they could just feel like they have a community, feel like they have someone that they can talk to, feel like they would have someone to vent to just unload on. And if you're doing that constantly, it can be a huge burden on the other person, but every once in a while it is great to have somebody to just vent to and let them vent back, because you don't want to overload them if you're not willing to take it yourself. But you have to find somebody. I'll be that somebody. Tell me in the comments below if you need somebody. I'll be that somebody for you. We all need somebody to vent to. We all need somebody to just be with. And that doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. That could just be a friendship. That could just be a colleague that you identify with at work or at a volunteer job or anywhere. That is a huge part of stress management for me, is just being able to have someone to talk to. There may be a therapist that you go to, anybody, just talk to somebody about what's going on in your life. And be sure to indulge yourself a little bit. Maybe you put bubbles in your bath, or you take an extra 5 minutes in the shower, or you pour yourself a glass of wine. I personally can't drink wine, but I know a lot of people that really helps them to de-stress and decompress at the end of a long day. So do what makes you feel good. Do what helps you to de-stress and decompress, and tell me about it in the comments. Just remember, there's no such thing as a cookie cutter life. Bye-bye.